All right. Hi. How's everybody
Hi.
doing? Hi.
Hi.
Lori, are you eating something?
Who, me? No, I'm driving.
Oh, okay. I heard something crunching.
Not me.
Okay.
I have no food. All I got with me is water.
All right. Perfect.
I don't know how to mute myself on the phone, so you'll have to
I'm
mute
going
me.
to do it for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. So welcome to the call. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Thursday. It's always good to have a Thursday and payday in Beachbody world, right? All right. So I think we have a good bit of people on. So we will just go ahead and get started. So I had already posted the shout outs in the team page. So I just want to congratulate everyone again for having another great week. The numbers are going up. I feel like it is a really, really tough month. So Rachel and I just had a call and we were just kind of talking about that a little bit. And I also had a call with corporate today. And it's a really hard, is anyone struggling this month? I'm just going to raise my hand because I'm going to be completely honest. This month is hard. But we go through seasons in our business and that's part of it. And for everyone who did not raise their hand and it's not hard for them, you keep it up. You just keep chugging along. But yeah, we go through seasons in our business, and I feel like any job you have, any business owner will go through seasons where there are months that are a little bit harder than others. All right, I need to mute somebody, and I don't see who needs mute. Gotcha, girlfriend. All right. I couldn't find you. So we go through different seasons in our business, and just for me, this is a season that is a little bit tougher. And as I talked to corporate today, he's like, Deidra, you're not telling me anything I don't know. I'm hearing this from a lot of people where you hear that maybe the volume is dropping, your cycle bonuses are dropping, maybe your income's dropping a little bit, maybe your coaches are falling off. Maybe your discount coaches are falling off, your challengers are falling off, whatever it may be, that really is volume and your income. But again, it's part of the business, and everyone has a low and a high end of the year with their business. But that doesn't mean that you have to slow down. That doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you're doing or you should give up because it's just too hard. We should not give up on that. People who are successful do not give up on stuff. They work through the hard times, they overcome failures, and they move forward and they push harder. And that's honestly what it is. For the 3.5 years that I've been in this business, around this time of the year, it has been very hard every single year. Then in December, around Christmas time, it gets hard because people are wanting to save for Christmas. They make the excuse of they have to buy their kids Christmas gifts. And then January starts to get a little exciting because everyone has a New Year's resolution of losing weight. So we have seasons, but what's really cool about Beachbody is they have prepared everyone. So during the hard times, you'll notice that Beachbody comes out with something new. All right, so November 1st, we're having Core de Force. That's coming out. Okay, that's our new program that's going to be coming out. Why do I have a brain fart with Jericho and
Joel?
Joel, thank you. Gosh, I can't even think, and I almost said Joel Osteen. What's Joel's last name? Joel just got married. Did you guys know that? What's Joel's last name? Freeman, thank you. I cannot think. Anyways, so that is a new program that's going to be coming out. And Beachbody did that in time for us for a reason. Same thing with having the Fixate, the cooking show come out on demand. They're upgrading all this stuff with on demand. They're doing it because it is going to help us as coaches with our businesses. It's also helping our customers. Yes, of course it is. But we also need help too because this is our career, and Beachbody wants to make sure that we are getting everything that we want to be successful in our business, because Beachbody knows that a lot of us work this business full time, and this is how we put food on our tables for our families and a roof over our head. So I just want to reassure you guys that even if it's a hard time, we're not going anywhere. Beachbody's not going to go down just because your income or your volume might be lower. It's a season. But what's really, really cool about this is we do have control. There are things that you can't control in this business, and there are things that you can control. You cannot control people quitting on you because you don't have their wallet or credit card number to put it in, or to stop them from canceling, or to make them sign up. You don't have control over that. But what you do have control of is the people you're talking to, how many people you're talking to, how many invites you're doing, how many new added contacts you're doing every day, how many follow-ups you're doing every day. We all know that it is all in the follow-ups. You cannot expect to talk to 1 or 2 or 3 people and expect them all to sign up in a day or 2. It doesn't happen that way. Would you do that? No. A lot of times we're skeptical. We want to see what they're doing. We want to see what this, Beachbody thing is all about before you commit to it. Most of you did research before committing to it. I didn't, but I just said no a lot. But anyways, it's all in the follow-up. So it's going to take you between 5 to 12 times before someone may commit. 5 to 12 follow-ups. That's a lot of follow-ups. People usually give up after the first, second, or third time. So hopefully you guys are keeping track of the people you're talking to. Go back to those people. I have that I'm going to be following up with. I have May's Go for No sheet. I have April's Go for No sheet. I have March's Go for No sheet. I have August Go for No sheet. And I have September's that I'm working on right now. I have all these people that I can follow up with, that I will be following up with. I'm in the midst of following up with. And I actually just signed up someone this week, 2 days ago, who was just a birthday that I didn't follow up with her for a year. I talked to her about it a little bit. We quit talking after a year. We just lost touch. And I wrote her down, but it's been so long and I didn't go back to that Go for No sheet. And that just shows, thank goodness we do birthdays, because that is a perfect way to follow up with people. So when I do my birthdays, I'm not, hey, happy birthday, how's it going? How's your fitness journey? Or do you want to join my challenge group? I don't do that. It is solely happy birthday. How's everything going? Are you doing anything special to celebrate your day? That's what I say every time. Unless they have kids or they just posted something extra, I will add that in too. I set the tone for the conversation. And then once they start messaging me back, I'll say, hey, I noticed that we haven't talked a little while about, our last conversation. How is everything going with that? Are you still working on your fitness journey? And how is your success? I don't talk about, do you want to join my challenge group right away? So try to do it that way where it doesn't seem so salesy and pushy. It's just making a conversation, guys, but it is all in the follow-up. So if you're not at your goal right now, if this is your season that's a little bit difficult for you, go back to the basics. Do your invites. You may have to do a little bit more. If you're only used to doing 3 invites, guys, do 5 invites a day. If you're only doing 3 follow-ups a day, do 10 follow-ups a day. Set a timer. I was just telling Rachel this. Set a timer and do 15 minutes of straight follow-ups. You can do that. And you can get through a lot of people by just messaging them for 15 minutes. Okay? Especially if you are keeping track of your name. So make sure that if you are not keeping track of who you're talking to, do not rely on Facebook. You need to have a binder or a folder that is set for people that you are following up with. And make sure you put a date on that follow-up so you know when you talked to them last. So yeah, increase it by numbers. If you're only doing 3 to 5, do 5 to 10. It's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the better chance you have of being successful with getting them on board. Okay. So it's not impossible to still reach your goal, whether you're at 0 right now, whether you signed up as a coach yesterday, it's still possible. Just make sure that you are doing those basics, sharing your journey on Facebook, and doing the 4 vitals. Okay, so sorry, went on a little rampage there for a minute, but we have a few coaches on tonight, and I don't want to take everyone's time up because I've already taken a little bit, but we just had our leadership retreat, and bless you, Jessica. Was that a sneeze? You're on mute, but I just saw you. I was looking at you. Bless you. So we had our leadership retreat. It was a diamond retreat in Destin, Florida. If you guys didn't get to see, we were doing a lot of posting on social media, so I'm sure you saw unless you've unfollowed us, which people do that sometimes when they want to be there and they weren't able to be there. But we had a blast. It was such an amazing time. I feel like every year we have these retreats, it just gets better and better because more and more people come and more people are excited about this journey and about the business, and it's just awesome. So this year when we went to Destin, we teamed up with the other leaders in the dream team. So Melanie Mitro is my cousin. She's the #1 coach in the company. She's been #1 for the past 2 years, still in the running this year. But so we had her and her elite coaches, her top coaches in the network all together doing trainings, and then we all had our own house, so we were with our teams separately and were able to bond with them. But it was just overall a great experience. We had 2 people from corporate there. We had Kim Carver and Jeremy Red there, they were able to split up and do some trainings with us. So we did trainings. We had a lot of just free time, which is something that I wanted for my team. Not every team does that. There are some teams that have a retreat and they want to focus more on training. I wanted more quality time with my coaches and team. I wanted them to be able to relax because I know that the coaches who earned it have worked really hard to get there. They've put in a lot of time, and I feel like they deserve time to lay out on the beach and to have a cocktail and to do whatever the heck they want. So that was like a little treat for us, just to relax and bond together. Plus, we have a lot of trainings like going on all the time. So I felt like having enough training on that Saturday and Sunday and Friday with Kim and Jeremy was enough. So we did trainings. We danced a lot. We ate a lot. We cooked. We all got together and teamed up into 2s. We paired up into 2s and we cooked for each other. And it was just a blast. So we have Sarah Griffith. She's going to be talking. Ashley Roberts is going to be talking. Beth Bird's going to be talking. And Marie Fry is going to be talking. I think I got everyone there. So I'm excited for them to talk because they all have something different to share with their own experience of going on this retreat. And a lot of them, it was their very first retreat that they went on. So it's going to be fun to hear from them. For me, I'm going to give like my little takeaway, even though I've already talked a lot. But again, it's just the closeness of the team and being able to give this to them. 3 years ago, when I started this business, I'm like, okay, so they do these retreats, and it was in Deep Creek, Maryland. And I'm like, oh, this is really fun. And then as these years go on and the retreats seem to get bigger and bigger, and you go to more places, and then you have to fly to get to those places. Before, I only had to drive to get to the places. And the fact that I remember the first time Melanie was doing a retreat and they had to fly to get there. And I was like, gosh, if I would be able to do that for our team one day, like how awesome would it be? Like it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're doing something right and your team deserves that. So the fact that we were able to go somewhere where we had to fly was really, really, really fun. And the fact that a lot of us met up at the airport, whether it was halfway there or we went together from our houses, like it was just a lot of fun. But just having the closeness and that bonding quality time, I don't know. My training, I talked about creating a team culture and just being able to have that and be friends and everyone get along, even if we're all different personality types. And I'm sure people were very taken back by my twerking session and dancing. They still love me, kind of love me, like me. They still were okay with me. And it was fun. Thank you, Ashley. Okay, so I'm going to let everyone talk. Is there someone who has to get off sooner that wants to go first?
Deidra, let me go because my Wi-Fi's spotty. Okay. So if I get cut off, I'll get back on if I can, but I keep getting cut off. So can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Sarah Griffith, and I've been with Deidra for the last 2.5 years as a coach. This was my second retreat that I got to go on. And if I'm being honest with you, I will tell you that this, even though it was the second retreat, I still was apprehensive about going. I think it's something that all of you are going to find have happen before you go to an event. You're going to get these butterflies and you're going to second guess yourself and say, wait a minute, I probably should just stay home. And the reason being is because you're about to spend time with strangers. And even though we know each other online, it's different when you're in person. And I think that you second guess yourself. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because after each time that I went, I've left there feeling like this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. But leading up to it, I had that, even though these are my friends, I mean, these are people who I truly, have friendships with. You go into it thinking, I don't know that I can do this. And some of the girls who are going to speak tonight may say the same thing, where you just have this little bit of apprehension about it, but going, and once you're there, you will not regret it. What I will tell you is that I want you to go to any event that you possibly can, whether it's a retreat, whether it's Super Saturday coming up here in October, whether it's the Carl's coming to Pittsburgh. You're going to feel apprehensive, especially if it's your first time, but just go anyways. What's beautiful about this is that the people you're with get it. We were happy to take 25 pictures for each other, and nobody judged that we had to work out first, and nobody judged that all the meals were healthy and we were cool with that. Like, it's your tribe. It's people who get it, who respect what you're doing, and who support you and lift you up. So I can't tell you how much you need to be there, and it will really lift up your spirits. What I told Deidra that I was going to talk about, I'm going to be quick, but what I said that I would mention was how going to these things promotes your business. So when I was there and I was posting about being with my tribe and being with these people and having a photo shoot and just basically playing up the excitement of being in Destin, what I did was I set the stage for the whole week to present the business opportunity for coaching. I was we call it jabbing and hooking on social media. And I spent the week jabbing. Really I could go back and look, but I don't know that I even bothered to put join my team. I didn't need those punchlines, because if you looked at what I was doing, why wouldn't you want to join me? So it's your opportunity to jab for the coaching opportunity in a classy way to show them how much fun we have, but not have to be so in your face of join my sneak peek. Now, is my sneak peek going to happen on Monday? You betcha. And are people going to join? I hope, because it's a wonderful thing. And, after this, I just did a blog post today about it. I'm really showing them how fun it can be. So I want you to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to be at Super Saturday, wherever it is in October, I'm going, and I'm going to talk it up, and I'm going to share with people the excitement of what it's like to be around people who are in your tribe. And it's just going to be your chance to promote the coaching opportunity in a different light. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope you guys have different takeaways from all the girls tonight. Thanks for getting on. And you won't regret it. I promise. You won't.
Thank you, Sarah. Awesome. All right. Who wants to go next? Ashley, you're right beside Sarah.
Beth raised her hand.
Oh, I don't see Beth.
No, I can go. It's up to you, Beth. If you want to go, if you need to get off, then you can.
Beth, go ahead. I didn't see you raise your hand. I'm sorry, girlfriend. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't. It's whatever. I don't have to get off. I just said I'd get next.
I'll call you out, girl.
Go next.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, so my name is Beth Bird. Most of you probably know me unless you're a newer coach, but I signed up at the same time as Sarah, so 2.5 years with Deidra. Not really, I didn't sign up with Deidra, but she inadvertently got me after my upline quit, but I'm happy about that now. So anyways, I'm going to talk to you guys. Everything Sarah said is spot on. The part I'm going to talk about is actually sacrificing, to go. And if you heard me talk about Summit, my takeaway from Summit, I'm going to say pretty much the same thing. You get to the point where you're just like, I don't want to go. As a mom, you get kind of to the point where it's like, it's too much work to go. It's like more hassle, you feel like, to go than it is to just stay home, because for me, my husband works out of town every day. So I'm the one who drops the kids off at daycare, drops the kids off at school, picks the kids up from school, takes them back to daycare, picks them up after school. That's all me, because I work locally. And for me to leave town, I knew I had to find somebody to do all of those responsibilities. Plus, I had to make sure everything was ready so that it was easy on my husband. I had to find sitters for the weekend when my husband had a golf outing. Like it was a lot of stress and anxiety. And it was just to the point where I thought, I'm just going to stay home. It's a lot easier. But I knew that for my business, that I worked hard to go, and that for my business, I had to go. Like Sarah said, you need people to see that these are the kind of rewards you get for working hard. You need people to see that the connection you have with other coaches. You need people to see that you have fun, that it's not all clean eating and working out, that we have lives outside, and that there's other moms that can do this, that can make these sacrifices, that can go. A lot of people went Tuesday. I didn't go until Thursday evening. I did not get to the house until like 9:30 Thursday evening. Yes, it was a quick trip, but it still got me there. I didn't, make the sacrifice to go on Tuesday. That was too much. I knew I couldn't do that, but that didn't derail me from going. I absolutely positively hate to fly, and to fly alone was terrifying to me, but I still did it. I took my Xanax and got on that plane and, got myself there. There was layovers. It wasn't a direct flight. It was a long day of traveling, but I knew that it was going to be so worth it once I got there. So it put away the mom guilt that you all have. If you're a parent, you get that mom guilt where it's just, you hate to leave your family. You don't want to make it look like you're having fun without them. Nobody thinks that. Everyone knows that you worked really hard to get there. And, the sacrifice, even to go to just a Super Saturday, it is good for your business to show that you're going to events. It really is. And, it's just something that you need to do. So whether or not you think that you belong there, or you think that you'll fit in, or you think that you'll have a good time, once you get there, you will. It was a blast. I was really worried that Deidra was going to make me get up and work out every morning, because I'm not a morning workout person, but she didn't. So it all worked out. That's all I have to say.
You're so funny. I didn't know you were worried about that. No, I don't think anyone they don't want to. But I really do appreciate the sacrifices that you made, that everyone made. I mean, everyone pretty much, almost everyone that came has kids, almost everyone. And it is hard to do. And especially, Beth, I'm with you. Last year going to leadership, the 5-star leadership, 5-star and above, that was my first time flying by myself, and I was scared out of my mind. But I'm like, I know that this is good for my business. That's the only thing that kept me going, is I know it's going to grow my business. And it did. It paid off, because people are going to watch you and they're going to see what you're doing and realize, although you're leaving your kids or your spouse for a little bit, know that you're doing this to create freedom for them and for you. And honestly, that was what really pushed me forward to leave my kids and be okay, because I leave my kids 4 times a year. So yeah. Thanks, Beth. Awesome job. All right. Should I let Ashley go, or is this? Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah. I have 3 screamers in the background, so we'll just see how that goes. But anyway, so this was my first, let's see, I did the leadership or the retreat last summer in the Poconos. I've been coaching, actually my 2-year was on Monday. So when I first started, I was I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to do anything. And I just kind of sat around on it for a while. But one thing that really changed me initially when I started coaching was when I started getting on team calls, and I started being surrounded by other people who are doing the same thing. Because I was I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm totally alone. Nobody else has ever done this before. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. So when I started being when I started talking to other coaches, when I started being on the calls, when I started like seeing and feeling that presence, then I was like, oh my gosh, like this, I can totally do this. Like these chicks are like me. Like, you know, these people have crazy lives. Like I'm not alone in this. And so this retreat for me was like just the best like girls weekend ever, because it was like, you know, you're going back to like college and we're like driving around in the car listening to like 90s hip hop at, you know, for like 3 hours and just giggling. And like, it was a blast. And there was so much stuff. Sarah, it was a blast. Like, I mean, Destiny's Child, like NSYNC. I mean, come on guys, like who doesn't love that? So that was like a huge, just kind of like side little perk, but like the support of a team I can't say enough about it, you know, because you run your own business by yourself. Like you have your own business. It is your business. You do it how you want to do it. And there are times when, yes, it can feel a little bit lonely and it can feel a little bit like nobody knows what I'm going through. I sent 100 invites and nobody's responding and nobody knows. You know what? We all know because we've all been there and we all do it. And sometimes it sucks and sometimes it's hard, but that's why you have the support of a team and that's why you have the support of other coaches, because they can relate to you and you can vent with them and you can, you know, stress and, like let go of that stress and just be around other people and experience the, you know, the hard work and the dedication and know that it does pay off. I love you. Good night. And know that, you know, like the consistency and the sticking with it and knowing, like seeing the vision and seeing the bigger picture is like, that's what this retreat was about. It was about like all this hard work that I've been putting in is paying off. Look at this like culmination of hard work that everybody has, you know, been putting together for years that has come together. And it just was like, you know, like an aha moment, like here it is. And, you know, look how hard Melanie had worked to get where she is and to have 120 coaches there. And it was a leadership retreat and have all these amazing leaders together and all these great minds and everybody's sharing, you know, things that worked for them. And it was like, I think my pen was on fire to paper because it was like so many things that you're like, oh, yes, I need to do more of that. Yes, I need to share more of this. I need to implement this. And, you know, of course you come back and you're like a million miles a minute and you want to do everything and try to, you know, but just like taking a couple days to just sit and soak it all in and know, like, you know, we have an amazing team here. Like Deidra is a phenomenal leader. There are some badass chicks on this team. And everybody that's on this call, and even those of you that are listening to the recording later, like just for you to take the time and commit and, you know, be on the call and do the things and step up and put in the work. I mean, that speaks volumes. So, you know, if you were like, oh, I really wanted to be there, you will be. Like it's, you know, maybe it wasn't your time specifically, and there's time for everything, but you will be. If you are dedicated and you continue to have support and you continue to support others and you follow your heart and your passion, it's going to lead you to amazing things. And so I don't know, it was a blast. I had a blast, and just the friendships and the fun and relaxing and just kind of forgetting about things for a little bit, and just being around some other amazing people was pretty great. So
thanks, girl.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to go through Ashley withdrawals. I was spoiled by seeing you at Summit and here.
I know. I don't know when it's going to be next time, but we'll have to make it work.
Yes, so. We will. Awesome. Thanks, girl. That was
Yeah.
awesome. All right, Marie. Are you ready to be up? All right, hold on. I tried to unmute you. There you go. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah. Am I frozen? Okay. So I am Marie Fry, and I'm towards the newer coaches with Deidra's team. I'm one of her personally sponsored coaches, and I started in January. And they all the ladies like hit it on the head. Like I think we were all nervous in coming, especially since we haven't, like, you maybe met each other at Summit, but this was 14 of us. It's a pretty small group. And that's one thing I liked, because at Summit, it can get very overwhelming. Like there's all these coaches, and us 14, like made me realize like we're all normal. We all have lives, like a lot going on, but we all have something in common, and that we're Beachbody coaches, and we're very passionate about what we do. It was great to like make new friendships and just like get support from other coaches that were there. I would say we got a lot more one-on-one time of just like hanging out at the beach or at the pool, or doing a power hour and just like talking and learning what other people do, or like what has worked, or just kind of brainstorming. And that was the cool, what I really took away from this was, I had 2 phone numbers from other coaches that I've never met until we were there. And it was just like, hey, one of them, like it was just cool to get more personal and to have the support, because the sport's out there. And sometimes we have to connect with each other to get the support. So, I went to a very small school growing up, and so I don't do very well in like large classes. But with this retreat, it was really like there was only 120 of us there, and it just felt more smaller. Like I feel like I took a lot more away from this than at Summit, because at Summit I was so overwhelmed. There were so many of us. There's so much training. And Kim from corporate like had said something like, if you have 5 good active coaches, like you're doing pretty good in the company. And that like stuck with me, because sometimes we get so carried away with like, you hear someone got all these coaches or are a 10-star, 15-star, and you think you have to get there right away. But he brought a good point through all this, was like, sometimes it's more quality over quantity. And when he said that you need like 5, I was like, 5's doable. Like that's a good like starting point. Like I can do that. So that was one big takeaway for me in the retreat. I would recommend it. And, it's an investment. I got pictures done. I got my hair done. I got my makeup done. I flew there. Like it's an investment. And I would recommend, if you like really want to go and you kind of budget or like set away 10 or like whatever you can, like if it's $50 to $100 for a year, that all adds up, and that money then can go towards this retreat. Because I loved it, and I met so many great people, and it was just like that small, quaint, like funness. It was like so many of us related it to high school or college, and having girlfriends and being able to get up and work out with other people. Like it was totally worth it. So those are my takeaways.
Awesome. Thank you, Mert.
Are you guys still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Marie. I'm so glad that you came in. Marie actually wouldn't give me an answer if she was coming until when? When was it? Like 2 weeks before?
Yeah, I purchased my ticket August 31st.
I was she's like, I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm like, you're going. You're just going to go. You have no choice. And I'm glad that it was a good decision that you made. I'm glad that you don't regret it or anything like that. And I love that you did touch base on, making the sacrifice to invest in it. And I don't remember exactly where it was. Sarah, you might know, because I'm sure you're aware of this, but 10% of your income should actually be reinvested into your business to grow your business. And I feel like a lot of people are afraid to do that, and they think that $140 is all you need to invest to grow a $100,000 business or $1 million business, which is totally doable. People have done it. There's a ton of people who are doing it more and more. But no, like it's an investment. It's an investment business. If you can set aside 10% and use that to grow your business, can you imagine how much more it's going to grow, but also how much more you're going to grow as a person, a leader, mother, wife, whatever it is? Like, this business is an investment business, but it helps you in so many different ways. And honestly, like sometimes it's hard because it's like, oh, there's a lot of traveling. There's a lot of investing with, airline tickets and hotel rooms and all that. But I don't regret any of it, because every time I have invested, it has helped my business grow forward. So hopefully you guys will be able to see that as well as you invest in your business. Someone was just chatting. Shout out to my new coach, Wendy, who is mom bossing it over there on our first team call. Yeah, girl, go. That's awesome. Welcome and congratulations. Cool. All right. So does anyone have any questions? Thank you guys for talking on the team call. And I feel like there was something. Oh, okay. So for next, I am already thinking about next year. My coaches that were at the retreat are probably like, dude, why don't we get done with the first one before you start thinking about the second? But I like to think ahead. I do like to plan. Erin, it was amazing. No way, Erin, that's awesome. Okay, so Erin Leib, she is another coach who went with us, who is a new diamond. And I actually had to talk. I kind of made her go too. Erin, wait, real quick. Can we just talk about this? Erin, I feel like you should have been talking too. I feel like everyone should have spoken, but I know that we can't have everyone speak. Erin, do you want to say it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to go diamond for a long time. I've been a coach for 2.5 years. And like one of my push goals for diamond was to go on this trip. I just like to go. I just like to do anything. So it was another push. And I finally made diamond. I was like, all right, I'm going to Florida. And probably 3 weeks before, I was like, Deidra, I'm really sorry. I can't go, da 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 da. And so we got on the phone and we chatted, and I realized once I finally said the 5 reasons, because there were 5 of them why I could not go. I could not go. Those were the 5 reasons why I needed to go. I was fearful. I didn't have any money at the time. All those reasons. I was scared. All those reasons were the reasons why I should go. And I'm so glad I went.
So I was a meanie. And I was like, okay, so you basically gave me 5 excuses on why you can't go. And I could.
They were all ridiculous.
And I
but
could.
It was all fear-based.
Excuses. So I told her I wouldn't give her back her deposit. It was because I really wanted you to go. I really wanted you to go. And honestly, Erin, everyone is saying they're so glad that you went. Do you see that? It's so nice, because once you get over that fear, and I know fear was one of your biggest things, because you haven't been involved as much with the team. So you really didn't know anyone. Marie's another coach. She's newer. She wasn't on board when the other coaches started working, and they all know each other. But I'm so glad that you guys made the sacrifices that you did. I appreciate you guys doing it. And I know that, it's scary to take a leap out of that comfort zone and to do that. But you did it. And now you can move forward and teach this to your teams. So anyway, sorry. I'm glad that we went through that. So even if you're really afraid and you want to give 5 excuses, don't talk to me, because I'll have you get on the phone and then I'll tell you why you should still go. And hopefully you won't hate me for it. Okay, so whenever we were there, I was talking about next year. And I'm like, I thought it was awesome that we had all of Melanie's coaches there, and we all got together as a big team, because we didn't do that the whole time. It was only for 2 days, and it was a lot of fun. But I figured that it would be really, really cool to go somewhere new. And I love the beach. I think the beach is amazing. But a lot of us go to the beach for family vacations, right? So I like to be different. And I decided that next year, 2017's next Diamond Leadership Retreat is going to be in Colorado. And I'm really excited for it. So we're going to go to the mountains, and I'm thinking that it's going to be more like August, September. Sorry if you're a teacher, but it's really hard to accommodate everyone because we have the Success Club trip in March, April. We have Summit in July. We have leadership in August or September, October. So like we have, Sarah, just quit your job, right? Set your goal now. Your goal before leadership is to quit your job, not diamond, but quit your job so you can attend. But it's really hard to accommodate everyone. So like I have to plan it and prepare for the weather as well, because I don't think it would be a smart idea for us to plan it in the wintertime, because the last thing I want is for us to spend 4 or 5 hours in a car in a blizzard in Colorado. So I want us to get there safe, and I think it would be really pretty to see all the weather changing. And yeah, so I'm planning that, and I'm also planning to do a couples retreat. Maybe you're excited, maybe you're not. I think it'll be fun. Yep. So whether you have somebody or not, if you aren't with somebody, I mean, right now I'm with somebody. He better be with me next year. But even if, I'm still going to make it a couples retreat because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think a big part of this business is spouses being on board or significant others being on board. And I think when they can come with us and they can see what this business is about and they can create a bond together, guys, doesn't that make it even better? Like, this is a team effort. This isn't you and your business. This is you and your spouse or your significant other's business. You guys are supposed to be doing this together. So I think it would be a great way for everyone to bond even more. And I don't want the guys to think that they have to do all the girly stuff. They can go do their own thing, plan a golf trip or go drink beer or whatever they want to do. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to start planning this. And yes, I've already talked to corporate, and we will have corporate there. Even if it is just Forever Fit and not the entire dream team. So we will have corporate training, but we will have, you know, a lot of other stuff in quality time. It's going to be a lot of fun. So with that said, I'm going to stop talking. I hope that you guys enjoyed this call. I hope you got a lot from it. I hope this motivates you to keep going. Guys, we still have a few months left in the year. Let's finish off strong. Let's keep that momentum going. If you're not at your goal, it's time to change things up. Get on a call with your upline coach. That is the most important thing. Communicate with your coaches, with your team, and set goals for yourself and set an action plan to get to that goal. Because if you say, I don't know what my goals are, or I don't know what I'm going to do to get there, I can't help you. Nobody's going to be able to help you if you don't know how you're going to get there yourself. So it's time to set a goal and make an action plan to get there. And I can't wait to watch you get there and help you get there. All right, guys, I hope you have a great night. Thank you for getting on, and we will talk soon. See ya.